It might be split. It might be okay. So Marvel's already established just the cinematic universe, and they came out. And I guess at first, people were more critical of those early movies, but then they have this formula, and they do so well with it, and they keep doing good. So Marvel's kind of sets like that is what a comic book movie should be. So then DC's coming now, and they're trying. Man, so it was the first movie, and they had Batman vs Superman. I feel like since they're not matching up, people are more biased towards those because with the Marvel movies, all of them, there's things, if you're a comic book fan, things are off, things aren't the same, and they do things differently. But it's kind of been established, okay, they could do that now. But since DC's so new, it's like, whoa, they didn't do this, and they should have done this, and they should have done this. And it's like, we feel more harsh.
We're so used to seeing how Marvel does their things. Now we're just kind of like taking beats from what Marvel is doing. It's just like, oh wait, DC, you're not doing this, you're not doing this and doing that. Comic book movies and comic book are two different things. You're gonna have things that's gonna change for the sake of the cinematic universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually, I like that. And I think more people should. I know it's just weird because I read comics. I have friends who do, and sometimes I feel like they should be like the least biased or more accepting, I guess, because you read like a comic book and they have alternate universe, Spider-Man does this, or like all these different universes. But then you watch a movie and it's not the main universe you're reading, so you get irritated or frustrated when you should just be like, oh, that's universe, whatever.
That's what I'm gonna say.
A whole completely different story, a different vibe, different take on everything. You got actors and directors, all these different people trying to make a story with just the same characters, but everybody wants it to be the same story, and that's dumb. If you want to read the comic, go to your comic book store because you're reading it. The costumes could look cheesy and they could look a certain type of way, and characters could do certain things because it's completely fiction and it's a cartoon and it's in your hand. But when you're trying to like make a movie, even though it's a comic book, there's a part of it you're still trying to make real, and that's where people, I don't know, I guess that's where people start getting frustrated, is because they want some of this comic book stuff. It's like, that couldn't make sense in this movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
we gotta.
And also, where's the surprise? Where do you leave the filmmakers, their lane to do what they want to do with the story wise and stuff like that? Because why would you want to watch something you've already read and you've already seen, like through the panels and stuff like that? That goes like for Harry Potter. I understand that there's not a lot of things that happen in the movie that was in the book, but people don't have I realize people are not as harsh on book adaptations than they are with comic books.
Yeah, that might be the fan base, but see, and that's another thing too. People got to realize is like with literature, you have books, so you have this person sitting down in their house and they're like, how am I going to make a story? I'm using all these words because you don't have a picture, so I'm using all these adjectives, adverbs, and character development. It's one whole book, 2 books, 7 books, but someone trying to make a movie. And when we talk about attention span, people, Lord of the Rings and Hobbit does great, but even the extended editions, when it's like 3 hours, people are like, oh, 3 hours. Yeah. So you got to make a whole book with the same development of characters and emotions and what they do with the story, but put that in maybe 2 hours, like crunch it in. So of course stuff's gonna get cut. They have to change things and then when you talk about comics, like, so in the future we have Suicide Squad and we have Dead Robin, and in the comiks he died and was brought back to life through like Superboy Prime punching through galaxies. You can't put that in a movie. You can't explain a whole nother galactic battle to explain how this one person came alive, but you could do a whole new thing.
You're gonna have some people in that theater going just pissed. Yeah. Just like,
that's not how he's brought back. Well, he's brought back because in the second panel, when like, dude, no, I like this way. I like this way a lot better.
I feel like people fight over that. Like, people have real arguments over stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure people actually have fought like that. Yeah, like, what you say?
Somebody swung. What, you didn't like that bat? What was that? Oh, Civil War's gonna be this. What? Like, yeah, like